Yo, what is up, y'all? Welcome. I hope everybody's Saturday night is going real good. It is us, your peoples over at Blue Diversity, continuing our WGA Strike talk for the third week in a row as the strike comes up to being inactive for almost a month. It is me, your boy Quaman Star G, joined as always by the beautiful people who make up Mold Diversity with me. We got Avia, we got Aaron, we got Mike, and yeah, we are once again back at it with our WGA strike talk, with the topic for tonight being the ever prevalent conversation surrounding scabs. So, I'm gonna leave it to Avia and Aaron to give you guys a quick little description on what a scab is in terms of a strike when it deals with unions, and what it particularly means for the Writers Guild of America dealing with the potential slash actual scabs going on.
Aaron, you want to take this one?
If you would like. Well, I mean, yeah, sure. I got it. I got it. So for all of my people watching who are listening to this velvety voice at the moment, scabbing is when I'm gonna be nice right now. Scabbing is when individuals during a strike of any unionized event, um, they're people who cross the line to undermine the union that is striking. Uh, Usually, they're the ones who look for a quick buck. They don't care how they're received, and 9 times out of 10, they are not uh, welcomed by said unions once the strikes are over. With the WGA, scabs are the ones who really want to get their name out there, prove something to, I don't know, nor do I care, to try to make themselves seem like they're a big Hollywood writer. And there are many, many examples that honestly I can't even think of their names because they have basically been blacklisted. And that is what happens. These people have, will continue to come in, sign a bottom dollar for like maybe $200,000 or something. Or who are we kidding? It's much less these days. Maybe 5,000 or less, and they write an episode or something. They get their money, they leave, and it's a piss poor product. So scabbing right now for WJ is a big no-no, but people still do it because they want to get basically a system of individuals, producers, and executives that do not care about them and do not respect them. And it undermines everything the strike is doing. So, yeah,
And
good
it'll make the
stuff.
union, like you said, you'll be blacklisted for doing it. Like, why would you jeopardize your career just for a quick buck? Like, show solidarity. Don't write until the strike is resolved. And
But
like I said, there've been
Avia,
some.
what about the fans?
Uh, you said
Sometimes if
the
the fans would actually, listen and, sit and wait and support, then greater things could come.
right.
But I think a lot of times, that saying the likes, the retweets, the whole thing, it goes for this as well, if they want that quick, but they're gonna try to get that money, but
Yep.
it doesn't it sucks because the fans want it, but at the same time, I just wish fans would be patient and understand the seriousness that it's happening right now.
And Mike, you said it. It goes into being involved. Well, first, just looking, then researching and seeing what's going on. It revolves
Mhm.
looking at the bigger picture, and that's something that we have to be better at because I was a very self-involved type of realm, and I feel like the more that fans do see how writers are affected, the more they'll be able to be actually effective as far as change in helping writers get the pay that they deserve. So these projects that they want to see will be able to be greenlit once the strike is over. And there are some WGA
Oh, Asia.
members who
Don't you
are
realize?
looking for scabbers. Like their job is to look for them to
Exactly.
see who is scabbing and who isn't. And there've been some big prolific scabbers that have come to the light recently, and it's just like just it's just easier if you just don't do it. That's all. Just don't do it. That's all.
I think it would be easy, but apparently it's not. And what, just to really quickly jump off of what you said, nobody is really looking at the bigger picture. You know, stuff like this is, I'm going to use like a big buzzword, but it's revolutionary right now.
Mhm.
And everyone's so focused on the present, and the present is not kind to revolutionaries. History is, but the present isn't. The present's kind to people who conform. They're kind to conformists, but history isn't. And I just need the people to realize they're on the wrong side of history. They
Mhm.
really are.
And it's it's about people who are the history makers. They are the ones who. What was I gonna say? Ah, it just I had it in my head and it just escaped me. I'll come back to it later. But yeah, Aaron, you're right. It's like the history makers are the ones who don't sit on the sidelines and are revolutionary. Like they're the ones who are ahead of their time. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. The history makers and people who are known throughout history are ahead of their time. And even though the concept of people, getting paid what they're worth isn't a new concept, Hollywood is changing constantly. So there's always a new concept or a new type of system in Hollywood. So the ones who see it and want to change it are the revolutionaries and are the ones who are ahead of their time or are considered to be ahead of their time.
But what about the people who want their dinner to Bob Iger?
Duh!
Oof, oof. What about the invites to the companies, to those wonderful company soirees? What about the people who know how these movies are made, don't have the balls to interview the people to actually talk about what's going on, and they just want to sit and have Twitter fingers to pretend that nothing's wrong? What about those people? They're just as bad as the scabs.
Yeah.
But, nobody wants to talk about that part. That's the quiet part that nobody wants to acknowledge because, that would mean they're just as bad and they're the ones who are crippling everything. But they're
Hmm.
fans, so it's okay. Dateline, multiversity.
Duh.
I was like, is that new? Okay, I like that.
Well, I guess we're
There you
going
go.
cameras off. Cameras off.
Oh my god. Um, but genuinely speaking about everything that we've talked about in this last couple of weeks, where we are now with both of you in,
Mm-hmm.
writing and everything like that, what would you like to come from all of this?
Um, for writers to get paid a lot more money, that's number one.
Right. I know that. Yeah.
For writers to also have more respect
Yeah.
to given to them, so they can have more respect. And for studio executives to understand that even though right now they may be making the money, like the crew and the people that are considered quote unquote below the line are the
Mhm.
ones who are deeply involved in this, so don't forget about them. And it's not just about y'all, it's about everyone. And
Oh, you have to turn your mic off because I turned my mic off. Um, I am going to have to step away for a little bit. I trust you guys have keep the conversation very interesting. Do not, I repeat, do not cut back on the conversation until I get back. Y'all talk about it as much as y'all need to. Yeah,
all right.
I gotta go take care of an emergency. So yeah, y'all go ahead and y'all keep the conversation going. And one of y'all turn y'all cameras on. They need to see y'all face. One of y'all, they need to see one of y'all faces. But yeah, I'll try to be back before the end of the show.
Okay.
Do your
All right.
thing.
Yeah, and the sooner that they
But no, I agree
yeah.
with everything.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's just the big. I think that's my biggest thing. I just hope they are actually actively making a plan to do better for writers, and I do think writers deserve more respect. Just because, like I said in the first episode, we writers they are doing more than enough for these TV series, these movies, whatever it is. I also think about songwriters as well. They are a
mhm,
part of this as well. But I just want writers to have more respect because they have to use their time, their money, their management, their brains to, create these things that we are witnessing come to life.
mhm,
Honestly, I want it's YouTube. I want to unalive the current system and have it be reborn into something that benefits everybody who's a part of the production, from the smallest role you can think of to the largest one, because this just isn't working anymore. The fact that they're trying to kick in AI, like we were talking in the first episode, and they're like really going hard now as like some sort of scare tactic, that's not good. And it really does speak on the cowardice of these, individuals who feel like they can make the rules up. And you have to remember, these are the same rule makers who have done some very, very, very shady and heinous things in the past that we're just learning about now with Hollywood's history. And that's just, it can't work anymore. It really can't.
mhm, mhm.
Ooh, that was too Aquarius of me. Let me dial it back.
And it's crazy that SAG has officially authorized the strike as well. So the writer's strike is happening, and now SAG is in talks of striking now. Like that's huge. Like imagine writers and actors.
Yeah,
Like in my opinion, the two most important the two most important people
right.
as far as filmmaking, and the director, in my opinion, it depends because the writer is first, always comes first because they're the ones who create the movie, TV show,
Hmm.
whatever it may
Your
be.
plot line, your
Right,
stories, your plot
right,
twists,
right.
everything.
And then the actors are the face. They're the ones
Hmm.
that you associate with it, and then the directors are the ones who kind of bring everything full circle. So
Hmm.
just the writers on strike now, and then the actors going on strike. Like as soon as so the people who were scabbing before, y'all are in for a rude awakening because there's not going to be any. Well, I won't say won't be any because there might be some actors who will scab too, but that
Oh yeah.
means production is definitely
E-list,
going to stop.
E-list actors. Anybody look at the E-list actors? Yeah, I
Like
said it.
E-list.
that's
Yeah, I said
Come on now. Have some
and
decorum.
right.
it.
Now. Now, I don't now. Have some
but
decorum now.
Okay,
but
fine.
that
It's
is
E-list.
but that's huge. I don't think two unions have ever in the entertainment industry. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember have
Yeah,
ever actually like
together.
striked together or like
Right.
around the same time. And
Hmm.
and the fact that other unions were meeting as well,
Mhm.
like it's like this is a big deal. And I just hope that
Mhm.
executives understand this is a big deal. People are looking. If you thought the
Yeah.
writers wasn't, if you thought the writers going on strike was a big deal, okay, fine. Y'all don't respect the writers anyway. But the actors are the ones that are the face. So this is definitely when y'all need to panic.
Mhm.
Like if
I
y'all are panicking now, y'all definitely need to panic when they go on strike. If y'all aren't panicking now, definitely when they go on strike.
even when we was talking about it the other day when it was coming out that they were, that the actors was, thinking
Hmm.
about it and everything. Maybe it needs to happen where these two, your writers and your actors, do this at the same time for you to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, your writers is this, and then your actors is that as well. Them combined, that's so much power, and then it could be like we have always said, it's a domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like
Exactly.
shit has to get real for the executives to understand that this is you're playing with people's careers and livelihoods. At the end of the day, you wouldn't want nobody to do it to you. No
Right.
matter how
Right.
high, low, or you wouldn't want nobody to do it to you. And I don't think a lot of executives think like that. Like, what if the shoe was on my foot? You know,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
because because you're an executive, you have nothing to lose, right? But I
Right.
think I feel like it might be time for a reality check in Hollywood. Like, I mean, it possibly should have been one, but I think this movement and where it could be heading, and for me, I just don't want it to head too far. I want them to, wake up, smell the coffee, shoot, maybe do another 3 weeks, but I really want the executives to really give the people what they owe. Like I said, you still ain't cut them they check. Now cut them they check now and stop playing with these people time.
Right.
Like
Period.
cut
Cut
the
the check.
check. Like I don't get it. Like, cause the longer this go on, you're gonna be losing more money than what you could have already paid.
Right. And that's the
Mhm.
thing. They lost so
Right.
much more money on the first week of strike that they could have that
Yeah.
money that they lost, that money was more than what they actually owed the actors. I mean not actors, what's it? The writers.
Right. For the Raiders.
Like
Right.
this strike is
I think they even said they lost 30 million this week
yeah, it's like
collectively.
It's a hot mess. It's just, I guess for me, it just doesn't make sense on what is being said in the room. Like, y'all really not sitting
Right.
up here trying to pay these people. That just shows character and just like the human emotion. Like, you have no care in the world what these people are going through.
mm,
That's what happens when you have sociopaths. Woo.
but they never have, because I mean, if they did,
Sociopaths.
things would a lot
Man.
more would have changed. Like if they
Yeah.
actually did have some kind of moral compass, a lot of stuff would have been changed by now. But they don't because the same type of people are in power. It's me
I ain't gonna get too political, but it's some of them
that
people who are
just
like the motherfuckers in politics.
yep,
You
yep.
know. You know.
Like it's a mirror. It's a mirror.
Yeah.
Like if you
I
pay
mean, I feel like
attention.
Yeah.
every subject or in any type of, this branding and everything, there's different politics. There's different things that either there's a protocol or whatever, but it just needs, honey, I don't need this going into the fall.
Period.
That would be, I think it would be heartbreaking because then that would me as somebody who wants to dive in. I think this is why I even said it last week. This is why I think a lot of people do a lot of independent things
Mm-hmm.
because
Exactly.
and it sucks, but those people who have their own independent companies and when it comes to film and media and technology or whatever, they don't have to worry about stuff like this happening and it being affected, and it sucks. But that's why indie artists and indie people just, they create and they put out what they can, and if the fans like it, they like it. If the people like it, they don't. But they're still passionate about what they're doing. And these people that are these writers that are in this situation, they can't be passionate right now because of what you're taking away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Freaking exactly. Say what y'all want about Chance the Rapper, but man made himself an empire, completely indie.
He
Mm.
did.
And it's going to be people like that in the film industry. There, people like that are going to be popping up because of this
Yeah,
nonsense.
because nobody wants to put their heart and soul into something that they work 24/7 and day and night, blood, sweat, and tears to get out here in this real world, or this, whatever that hierarchy is, and to get out there and some stuff like this happen. You're taking it all
Right.
away from them, what they've learned and what they've, put into. These are people's careers. These are
Yep.
stuff
But
that
you know who
people went
didn't
to,
learn?
huh?
So you know who didn't learn? Aziz Ansari
Mm. Mm.
got his movie shut down indefinitely.
I'm telling y'all, they
That's what
looking
the
for these
article said,
people.
y'all.
Like they ain't playing no games. They looking for scabs. Like they look like they are
Because they're
looking.
not looking at that man who's running that company right now. That studio. That's an offset of David Zaslav's studio
Yeah.
that he owns. How come nobody getting on him? Is it because he's doing the Red Undies buzzwords humble pie movie? Is that why? Is that why we caping for James Gunn? Is that why? In the spirit of Kwamani, I have to say that. Like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. No, let me just say, like, for real. I need my commentators who were adamant and staunch to not just get a 4 hour film to respect Zack Snyder off the ground, not just to make sure Ray Fisher got his words, not just to make sure Nadria Tucker got her moment to speak her truth. I need these people to truly not just DC, not anything. I need y'all to really realize you're on the wrong side in terms of because Cape shit movies are about to get hit the hardest from this
Hmm.
strike. If and when the actors go ahead and authorize this strike, you're losing damn near everybody that you want to go up for. You're gonna be looking at people you ain't never heard, which is not a problem. I'm all for giving people shots. I can make jokes about the list, Z list and all that stuff I want. I'm all for people getting shots, but I need y'all to understand and overstand that I'm gonna say just this scabs. Like y'all got to understand, this is not just playing around to hoping that Daddy Gun is gonna notice you. I'm sorry, Zaddy Gun is gonna notice you because he answers your tweet. These people don't know you. They don't want to know you. They want your money and they want your time to make it look like it's good for PR to show some investors that they know how to talk to people online. They are not your friends. These are corporate blankety blanks that I cannot think of the nice word at the moment who are looking to get one over on everybody. And you're being pipered into watching a movie that probably isn't going to come out. And I'm not just talking about Superman Legacy. I'm talking about a lot of things. The WGA just shut down production for what Blade, Daredevil, and I think Wonder Man. Like y'all, this is not a game. This is not a game, and I need my people who I know who I 100% know you guys are going to watch this. I need you guys to start speaking on this because this is really going to affect more than just a couple of high art films. This is going to affect more than just the auteurs. This affects everyone, and honestly, shame on film Twitter, because you guys have really dropped the ball. Y'all lost the plot. Y'all lost the plot, a couple of years ago, but y'all just Man, the children got left behind.
Uh,
I don't know who to blame. I don't know. I don't know if it was because y'all were huffing some fumes. I don't know if y'all were too busy like arguing in middle school because I know half of y'all on Twitter are just little kids. Like I don't know what was going on. I don't know what's wrong. I really
Child.
don't care, but y'all lost the plot. Y'all need to find it. Like y'all need to find the damn plot. Like what's wrong? What's not clicking? Like the people who make the things that you love are watching your every move. They're watching what you say about them. And when they don't give you what you want, don't get mad and start making a 200 word tweet. Like y'all some idiots. I'm sorry. Y'all are idiots. Y'all are really dumb. Like for real. Like y'all are truly dumb. Y'all are like the lowest common denominator of Twitter right now. That's what everyone thinks of you. I can't. I can't. Y'all got nothing to show for it. You got nothing to show for it. You got a couple of no. We're gonna say that for Cape Shit Twitter. Cape Shit Update. Cape Shit News. That's what it was called. That's right. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave
Okay, I
that
guess you
alone.
did get the spirit of Q up in you today.
right,
Thank you.
right.
But I mean, I
I'm
think
just
my biggest
I'm
takeaway is just on social media every day seeing it, and it's just I don't know. I guess it just makes it like I want more people, speaking out on it and just taking an initiative. But I mean, everything is so quick, fast, in a hurry. I think a lot of people think that the solution is just going to happen, and it may take a while for the solution to happen. But I think we have to, stand
Mhm.
and keep supporting these people, the people that we love, and want to see create more. We have to continue to support them throughout this.
Hmm. And also, as we support the writers, we need to support everybody else too.
Hmm.
That that gets pretty much written off in the film industry, like the sound engineers, the makeup
Right.
artists, the hairstylist, the production designer, the crafty, like just people who are involved on the set every day, who who help make the film industry what it is, in the what the good things of that the film industry can really be.
But what about the fans, Avia?
The fans gonna do what they gonna do. Okay, if we learn anything about the fans, is that they're they're gonna do what they gonna do. Like you can try and talk your
Because
piece,
I
but
mean,
at the end of the day, they gonna do what they want to do.
what about the screenwriters who are fans who are actually scabs, like the House of Drag?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
That was the first sign of some nonsense getting getting geared up because the math's not mathing with a lot of the timelines people are throwing out for these these what post product or pre middle of pre-production scripts that were finished just in time. Like it's just the math's not math, and I need people to really wake up. This is just gonna get messier and messier because the more these executives, uh, the more their the more their net worths are coming out, and the more of how much they've been making, every year is released. I'm afraid people aren't gonna budge, and I'm with Mike. I want this to end like ASAP, no Rocky, because it's everyone's gonna suffer. Like society, as a concept is enhanced through art. You know, That's one of the things, not to get too historical on people, but that's one of the things that in America, I forgot which president, I think it was Eisenhower, he wanted to push, art and music being mandatory in schools because it's something that helps enhance your mind. It enhances thinking, the thought, your right brain, like all of these things. But it's just like the greed is good energy from the 80s has just come in and massacred all of that, and everyone's going to suffer for it. Everyone is suffering because you can look at how cultural media literacy is right now. That's another video that people will be seeing in the future. um it's not a good thing. It just isn't. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Please get it together.
Like,
Like,
please,
sheesh.
It's
like
gonna be a
energy
trickle
police.
effect. It's gonna be a trickle
Telling
effect.
you,
Like, and y'all think
Like,
it's just
sheesh.
these TV shows and these movies? Shoot, wait till it really hit everything. If it continues to go deep as it is,
Right,
you know,
right.
domino
And
effect.
then we're gonna have to be talking about it every Saturday night. We're gonna have to be talking about this every Saturday night, and I can't be playing COD or Fortnite with y'all.
You don't even
period.
own COD,
Ugh.
so let's not get started
I
on that.
can't.
This is a whole nother type of.
I know. I know. I know. You know who does respect their writers and everyone in between? Beyonce. That's all I want to
Ch-
say. Be like
I mean,
Beyonce. Be like Beyonce. Respect your writers.
look, Hey!
Exactly. Preach.
I'm gonna put a pin on that topic.
Look, we can write a whole dissertation about that.
Okay. The lady is going to do what she has to do and make sure that her people are good.
Exactly. Ooh, yeah, more people. Executives, producers, be like Beyonce. Be remembered. Cuff it, y'all. Cuff it. Be a grooving Virgo.
Or alien superstar.
Be an alien superstar.
Oh, a girl, just move out the way.
Damn
Yeah.
these days.
No,
Y'all better
that's what
move out these
the
writers
creators
away
Period.
now.
okay.
Move out the way. Hey, how many times am I saying?
Ooh,
But yeah, I guess any
that actually should
last
be the theme song. I ain't
was that were those our last words?
I look honestly and truly, like
gonna lie.
move out the way, cut the check. At the end of the
Cut
day,
the
cut the check and
Period.
move out the way. But no, seriously,
Period.
continue to retweet, put out the word. My peers, my people that support us, my people that I support, put it out. Continue to support. If there is links out there to help these people, donate. Do what you
oh,
can.
do we have any? Do we have any links
I
that we
think
can
they are. I think they
Always,
are. I have two of them bookmarked on my
always,
Twitter. So
always
yeah,
after the
like
holidays.
you know, do what you can.
Yeah, these people need food.
They do. But
but
I
they're
saw.
out there all day on their feet, hot,
Hmm.
hungry.
They
I
need
Like
saw.
health
I got
insurance.
one link that you can send money to it, and it can get them food, pizza, or whatever, water, and things like that. Um, to keep them hydrated. So do what you can. You know, we all are gonna be at a place in whatever career that we're trying to reach, and I wouldn't want it to happen to any of one of us or anybody that we care about. So do what you can if you can,
Period.
and continue to support.
period. All right, well, everyone, thank y'all for tuning in to this third episode as we continue to talk about the writer strike and the upcoming SAG strike, I guess. Um, we will keep y'all tuned in.
So peace, love,
Peace.
peace, and soul.
Period. And like Mike said, move out the way.
I'm a Miranda, we on these face.